Hello, my name is Sunny, and I've got a rare disease. My condition is called Septo-Optic Dysplasia, or S.O.D for short, and it affects 1 in 50,000 births. You need to have 2 indicators of diagnosis to get the S.O.D diagnosis, and I've got all 3, which is only seen in 30% of those births. So that's really rare. I've had this since birth. It's a birth defect. Essentially, it affects my pituitary gland, my optic nerve, and I'm missing my septum pellucidum, which is kind of like a thin membrane in the middle of your brain. It doesn't really do much, but some doctors are speculating that it might actually do more than we really understand, but research is really up in the air, and everybody's too busy focusing on, more pressing issues like life-threatening conditions, so it's just kind of, who knows. That's a common story among people with rare diseases, apparently. But the issue with the pituitary gland is one of the main things that kind of affects me day to day. Because my pituitary gland doesn't function properly, my body doesn't make the hormones necessary for day-to-day survival. So I have to take a lot of medications throughout the day to replace those hormones that my body is missing. One of my endocrinologists actually put it really well when she said that my full-time job is to be my pituitary gland, since it doesn't function on its own. So that's what I do. I'm actually on disability because of all of the health issues that I have going on with this. Also because of the optic nerve issues. I'm blind in both peripherals, so I can't drive, and it really holds me back a lot, unfortunately. But despite those little setbacks that I've got, I use the time and energy that I do have to advocate for other patients of rare diseases and spread the word and do these fun little events on Rare Disease Day and stuff like that. And that's what really keeps me going day to day. A normal day for somebody with my condition, or at least a normal day for me anyway, is I wake up, I take my first dose of meds, I brush my teeth, I do my morning routine, I have breakfast. I try to keep my food on a regular schedule to kind of maintain a healthy diet. Once I'm done with the breakfast, I'll sit down and sometimes I stream on Twitch, where I kind of work on artwork online and speak with the audience, and on occasion I'll have special Twitch streams that focus on raising awareness of a certain disorder, or in general like Rare Disease Day or Rare Cancer Week. And when I'm done streaming, which I only do when I have the energy to do so, I'll have lunch, and then in the afternoons I try to work out, because maintaining good physical health is also really important to help maintain my overall condition. I am overweight, which makes things a little bit more difficult for me, like health-wise overall. So I'm not trying to lose weight because I'm, worried about some body image, but because I want to feel good, and I need to stay on top of my health if I want to live as long as I possibly can. So when I have the energy to do so, I exercise in the afternoons. I do a lot of virtual reality gaming, actually, for exercise. Like Beat Saber, Box VR, games like that really get your heart rate up there. And with tachycardia being one of the complications that I have with all my health issues, having a healthy heart rate is something that I've been working really hard to kind of get there. That's one of my main goals. So virtual reality gaming, exercise through that, and I also have a Nintendo Switch, and I got that Ring Fit Adventure game, which is a blast. Basically, you've got like this resistance ring that the system kind of tracks the movements of, and you kind of go through and I want to stress that I'm saying this to be endearing, the most stereotypical JRPG storyline in the best way, to kind of keep you motivated and stay exercising. Different attacks that you do in-game are controlled by different workouts. So you wind up actually increasing your heart rate and working up a sweat doing that. So in the afternoons, if I actually have the energy to do so, I try to, go through that exercise routine of virtual reality, and then the Nintendo Switch Ring Fit Adventure game. And of course, when the weather's nice, I'll go outside. That's nice too. It's been winter lately though, and it's raining right now. I'm gonna stay inside, thank you very much. So, throughout the day, that's basically what I do. I forgot to mention I take my afternoon dose of meds with lunch, and it's funny that I forgot to mention that because, and this is a fact that I still live with to this day, even though I've been diagnosed with this condition and have been treating it since I was 13 years old, I still manage to forget to take my meds sometimes. I don't know how that happens, but yeah, it does. So take my afternoon dose with my lunch, and then about 4 to 6 p.m., I try not to take it later than 6 p.m. in the evening because my medication can make it hard for me to sleep. I take my final dose of meds for the day, and then right before bed, I take a nightly injection of growth hormone because even though I'm an adult, my body still doesn't produce growth hormone on its own. And even though there's some questions about this in the medical community, research has proven that even adults need growth hormone to manage a good day-to-day like energy levels and to regrow cells that have died, manage heart health, organ functions, muscle growth and positioning. A lot of people that are growth hormone deficient actually have a hard time with fat accumulating around the front of the stomach because it actually helps maintain where fat goes around the body. It does a whole lot of stuff that is really important, so I do have to take an injection of that. There's no pill form, unfortunately. Please work on that, pharmaceutical companies. But the shot's not terrible. The needle's really small, and it's just a small injection that I do once a night as part of my nightly routine. And then I get insomnia so bad with my condition that I do everything in my power to kind of keep a set bedtime schedule. But insomnia, even though I do stick to that schedule, still rears its ugly head from time to time, and I'll find myself just not being able to sleep no matter what I do. I do take melatonin to help with that since my body doesn't, melatonin is one of those hormones that involves the pituitary gland. And so apparently my body doesn't do the whole melatonin thing so well. So I take melatonin before sleep as well, and also an anxiety medication, just as needed. But that one of the side effects of that anxiety medication is it kind of makes you sleepy, so bonus. Um, so that's basically what a day in the life of Sunny is like. Other hobbies include, I have a support group in virtual reality on a little kind of service called AltSpace VR. We meet up every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can join this too if you want. And basically it's just a bunch of us that have invisible conditions. Basically what an invisible condition is it's a condition that isn't visible to the naked eye. So whereas somebody that has a condition where they need to walk with a cane, when they, walk down the street with their cane, people can see that they have this visual tell, the cane, that they are dealing with some sort of health issue. If you have an invisible condition, you don't really have any visual tells like that, so it can be really difficult when people kind of misjudge you. They might look at you and say, oh, you're a normally healthy person, you should be able to do this, that, and the other thing, just like everybody else can, when in reality you might have some real kind of barriers that keep you from doing certain things that everybody assumes everybody can do, and that can be frustrating. So, into the support group. And everybody's welcome there, whether it's a physical condition or a psychiatric one. We don't judge, we don't even ask what you have. You can just come in there and hang out if you want, as long as you're cool. That's all, all that matters. But virtual reality it's been a wonderful thing for me. Being stuck at home a lot because of this condition can be really isolating. So the really cool thing about VR is no matter how tired you are, if you're feeling like crap and all you can do is sit down, you don't have to stand up in VR, but you can still, put on the headset, go into your virtual space, talk with your friends. I've made some really amazing friends on AltSpace, and there are other social VR programs as well. VR chat's not really my speed. That's like anarchy, but a lot of people really enjoy that. It's like the Wild West of VR. So there's something for everybody in virtual reality. I bought my headset on a whim, but boy, is that one of the best decisions I ever made. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about virtual reality, socializing in VR at least. Highly recommend that to everybody who's kind of homebound because of, for whatever reason. But anyway, that's kind of a little peek into what life with my condition is like day to day. Long term, I do have to see an endocrinologist every 6 months. It used to be once a year, but my levels have been kind of, weird lately. So we had to bump it up to 6 months for each visit. I have to go, it's about, an hour and a half drive to see my specialist. I used to not be able to make the trip, but thankfully now with Medicaid offering the ride service, if I don't have a ride available to me, I can just have a taxi from their service come pick me up and take me to see my doctor. So whoever came up with that helpful rule, thank you. That has been doing so much good for me. I can go see the specialist that actually knows about my condition, which when you have a rare disease can be really, really, rare. But I do have a wonderful endocrinologist that I see once every 6 months. And basically I go up, we do blood tests, so they take a few vials of my blood, send it off for testing, and through their messaging portal that they have available at that hospital, I'm able to see the lab results, and they can tell me if I need to make adjustments, and then we, adjust the prescriptions accordingly. But I'm a regular at the pharmacy counter. I walk in and they know who I am. They're like, "We got 2 for you. Here you go." And that's what it's like to live with my condition. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or whatever, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. I don't know. It's been fun talking about this weird condition that I live with. If you've got S.O.D too, please talk to me. I've only met like 2 or 3 people that have my exact diagnosis on the internet. So the more the merrier. Yeah, just reach out, say hello. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. If you guys are interested in any sort of Rare Disease Day events, I actually am hosting a couple of cool things on Saturday, February 29th. In the morning, I've got my Twitch stream that's going to be from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 1 p.m. And when I'm on there working on my art, I'm going to have it to where if you can send me like a screenshot of proof that you've donated $5 or more to any nonprofit of your choice related to rare diseases or helping patients that live with rare diseases, if you send me the proof that you've done that, you'll get a free emote design. Just tell me what you want and I'll draw up your emote right then and there on the stream. I will stop whatever I'm doing and make that emote for you. Unless I'm working on another emote, in which case you're going to have to wait your turn. But that's one thing that I'm having fun with on Saturday morning. And then that afternoon at 2 p.m., I'll be on AltSpace. I've got an actual featured event that day for Rare Disease Day, about an hour long, from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'm going to go through some slides, talking about some statistics related to Rare Disease Day, sharing some videos that are really informative. And then a friend of mine who has EDS, another rare condition, is going to join me for a 2-person panel Q&A session on AltSpace, where you can ask us anything you want about our conditions, or if there's anything that I can help explain about Rare Disease Day for you, you can ask that. I know a little bit. I've been doing this for like 3 years now, I think. But yeah, that's the plan. I hope to see you guys there. More information on my website. I've got a link in the description. Just click on that, and let's teach some folks about Rare Disease Day. Spread the word. We can make changes and stuff. Let's do it. Alright, thanks guys. Sunny up.